Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome to my channel. If you are new, welcome. If you are coming back, welcome back. I'm so glad to have you. My name is Cassie, and on this channel, we talk all things of healing, self-love, and self-care, and of course, becoming your dream woman. And on today's episode, we are going to talk about when it's time to walk away from a man, even if you like him. Okay, so today I want to talk about something that I see happen all of the time in the dating world, especially with women who are really trying to do the work on themselves. And that topic is knowing when it's time to walk away. If you're in the dating scene, you know that usually in the beginning, everything feels so exciting. And that's, the honeymoon energy, the curiosity, the fun conversations, the butterflies, the hee hee ha ha moments. And in the beginning, most people are just showing up in their best energy. But something I see happen a lot is that women stay a little too long past the moment that they already know things are not going right. And they stay because they're hoping that things will change. They stay because they saw a few good qualities and they are hoping that this man will start showing up in a way that they really want him to. But here's the honest truth. People don't change unless they truly want to change for themselves. And even if someone does try to change for another person, most of the time it's only temporary. It's for the short term because they're not doing the deep internal work that actually creates a new identity. Real change happens when someone decides on their own that they want to become a different version of themselves. And I will be honest with you, I didn't know if I would ever get to this place where I truly understood this. But I'm grateful that I have, and I'm here. Because one of the biggest shifts in my healing journey was becoming so content with myself and my life that I no longer feel the need to stay with somebody who isn't giving me the things that I need and want in a relationship. And that was a huge step for me. Before, I think a lot of my energy came from trying to make things work, trying to convince someone to stay, trying to get someone to show up differently. But now, I'm no longer interested in doing that. Now I am willing to walk away if things are not what I expect them to be. And this is such a powerful place to be. Because a lot of times when people are dating, they're wearing masks. They're showing up as a version of themselves that they think you want to see. And sometimes we do the same thing as well. But that's not real change. That's just putting on a mask to create an illusion. And when that illusion starts to fade, people go back to who they really are. So if you're constantly trying to get someone to change, what actually ends up happening is that they may adjust their behavior for a short period of time, but eventually they will go back to their old patterns. And when that, happens, resentment starts building. You start feeling frustrated. You start feeling your needs aren't being met. And then the relationship becomes full of negative emotions. So instead of trying to get someone to change when they're not ready or willing to change on their own, you have to be willing to walk away. Now, I'm not saying you need to run away after 3 dates of, trying to know someone. Sometimes people are nervous. Sometimes people need a little bit more time to feel comfortable. So you need to use your discernment in this area. But what I am talking about is when you are dating someone for a couple of months or longer and you're starting to see a pattern, you're starting to notice that he's not showing up in the energy that you want him to show up in. He's not meeting your standards. He's not aligning with what you want in a partner. That's when you have to be honest with yourself, because staying with him isn't going to magically make him change. What can end up happening is you both end up getting stuck in this in-between place, in like a kind of a situationship, right? Where neither of you are fully happy, but neither of you are making the move to leave either. And that's why I talk so much about building a life of your own. Having your own happiness, creating a strong foundation for yourself, because when you truly enjoy your life, you're content on your own, you don't feel the need to force a relationship that isn't right for you. You're more willing to walk away and say, this person isn't my person. And that is okay. Because not everyone you meet and not everyone you date is going to be the perfect match for you. The sooner that you accept that, the easier dating will become. Because instead of trying to force someone into the role of your person, right? You're simply observing whether or not they naturally fit into your life. And if they don't, you release them. You release them for someone else who is a better match for them. And then you also open the space for a person who is truly meant for you to come in. Because when you start lowering your standards just to keep someone around, you are the one who ends up suffering in the long run. You start making excuses for their behavior, start ignoring things that actually matter to you. And eventually, resentment will build in this area as well. You might even become negative or feeling frustrated in the relationship because deep down, you know your needs are not being met. And that's not fair to you, but it's also not fair to them neither. Sometimes the most loving thing that you can do for both people involved is simply say, this isn't right for me, and be able to walk away. And yes, that might mean being alone for a little while, but being alone for a season is so much better than staying in a relationship where you are slowly becoming unhappy. Because when you create a space like that, you give yourself the opportunity to eventually meet someone who truly aligns with you. Someone who shows up in the energy that you desire. Someone who naturally meets your standards. And when you've done the work on yourself, when you've healed, and when you've built the life that you love, you'll recognize the person when they show up. So stay in your standards. Keep your boundaries, and remember that the right person won't require you to lower them. The right person will respect them and grow with you. I hope that this was helpful, and I hope that this gave you a little bit more insight on when to walk away, even if you're an anxious attachment girly. So if this resonated with you, let me know in the comments, and please like and subscribe my channel, and I will see you in the next one. Love you. Bye.